was so quick that it just happened. Like, the bottle just.
There's talk on the streets that now that the marriage between Brat and Judy Jessica Duarte is falling apart, Judy might soon reveal her dark and sinister past and why she decided to leave Judy. But is she really in a position to judge anyone else's past given her own troubled history? Grab a seat and some popcorn because this is going to be a wild ride. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard the rumors circulating about Brat and Judy heading for divorce. Allegedly, Brat is also seeking full custody of their son. To secure full custody, she might need to demonstrate that their child—
It just on top of my head. Before I can do it, I mean, I'm just standing there, just relaxed and just open.
Would be better off with her than with Judy. And this is where Judy's supposedly evil actions come into play. For those who remember, Lil James went viral when he was about 6 or 7 years old for being hilarious. Judy, as she had done with other children before, reached out to his family, likely hoping to ride his popularity to promote her products. However, when things didn't go as she had hoped, she reportedly turned on Lil James, even telling him he wasn't funny anymore. Some sources claimed that Judy had essentially written him off, believing him to be a failure. Lil James' mother spoke out about the situation, describing Judy as pure evil. To make matters worse,
don't ignore me. Bad enough, my child can't get a "What's up, Lil James? How you doing? How things going?" You know, all he got was lies like, "Hey, I'ma take you here."
Judy allegedly locked Lil James into a contract that allowed her to take a portion of the money he earned. In addition to the situation with Lil James, Brat is reportedly shedding light on another incident, a child who tragically drowned in Judy's pool. Although it may have been an accident, what shocked people was Judy's attempt to deflect blame onto her former assistant and ex-best friend, Shane Soitzek. The child's mother even filed a wrongful death lawsuit, highlighting how Judy tried to pin the entire incident on Shane. For context, in the summer of 2018, Judy offered Shane a job at Kaleidoscope and
for your birthday, never happened. I'ma take you here just because, never happened. Everything y'all seen my child get, that's all he got. Everything that y'all seen him get. If y'all didn't see him get it, he didn't get it.
Asked her to move to New Orleans. Shane wasn't just an assistant, she handled everything from event coordination to managing company operations, like paying bills and handling invoices. She even gave input on marketing strategies. According to the lawsuit, on September 5, 2019, a 4-year-old child named Andy Joan Juliet Walker tragically drowned in Judy's pool. Then, on August 5, 2020, Judy was sued for wrongful death and survival damages. On the day of the incident, Andy's mother, Kia, had come to Judy's house in Lakeview, New Orleans, to do her makeup. Shane was the one who had scheduled the appointment and greeted Kia when she arrived. The house had a backyard pool that lacked safety measures like a fence or cover. While Kia set up for the makeup session, Andy asked to see the pool, and tragically, that's where
we want to be done with that contract. The contract that everybody thought we signed that changed our life.
The fatal accident occurred. Judy initially told Andy's mother that she would take Andy to the pool once her makeup was done. However, before she finished, she instructed Shane to take Andy to the pool while she continued with her makeup. Shortly after leaving with Shane, Andy returned to the room briefly, only to leave again a moment later. Judy assumed Shane was still supervising Andy, but about 10 to 15 minutes later, Shane came back to the room without Andy. When Andy's mother, Kia, asked where Andy was, Shane admitted she didn't know. Kia rushed to the pool, but tragically, Andy had already drowned.
And it was, no, that wasn't the case.
Now, here's where the assistant and former best friend Shane was put in a difficult position. During the lawsuit that followed, there were claims that Shane was responsible for watching Andy. Kaleidoscope, Judy's company, argued that Shane didn't have a duty of care in this situation. They also claimed that Shane wasn't acting in the scope of her employment with Kaleidoscope at the time of Andy's death. Essentially, they were trying to absolve Judy and the company of any responsibility. In fact, Judy herself argued that no evidence pointed to her being liable for Shane's actions and insisted she owed no duty to.
Don't forget, she told me to quit my job. She got me for me to go work at her warehouse. Oh, yeah. Sis was shipping out them products to make a little change for her churn because what she was giving was not enough. So, yeah, it was.
Andy. Things got even messier after the incident, as Shane and Judy's relationship soured, leading to a feud. A couple of years later, Judy named her son True Legend. For those who remember, a year after dabrat and Judy got married, they announced that they were expecting their first child together through IVF, using Judy's egg and a sperm donor from a cryobank. At the time, dabrat expressed her amazement at becoming a mother, saying, "I never thought I was going to have kids. I had a great career and a full life, so I thought it just wasn't going to happen for me. Now, it feels like a dream. He's perfect in every way."
Right. It don't tell you nothing because I ended up watching it. So it was, I'm going to pay your rent, which is $1,400. It was $1,400. I'm going to pay you $1,500 for pro. We were supposed to be getting money off the shirts, but that went left real fast. And plus, it was pointless because once we got the first big walk back.
But here's where things get suspicious. Shane has two sons named True and Legend. Many people believe that Judy named her son after Shane's kids, which seems too coincidental. While True and Legend are common names, using both feels deliberate. Some speculate that Judy did this as a power move, perhaps to assert dominance over Shane despite their fallout. Shane certainly noticed and responded on social media, stating, "There are so many names in the world. My two sons' names didn't have to be it. I advise you to back off. I don't do well with demons trying to attack my children. I am ready for war."
Once we got the first big walk back of the shirts, she took us off dump for putting the money into the shirts. Then, like, amount went for shipping and handling. And what was left, we had to split that in half. Although we was the ones going in that warehouse shipping out the shirts, sending the emails.
She also expressed her frustration, saying, "Naming your child after my children is going way too far." In another post, Shane even threatened to expose Judy's wicked ways, claiming she had stayed silent for years despite many interview offers, but had reached her breaking point. Allegedly, Judy has a history of scamming people and allowing others, including a former girlfriend, to take the blame. Several blogs have reported that Judy is a skilled scammer, which may be how she built her fortune. I came across a thread discussing how one of Judy's exes ended up in prison for scamming alongside her. When the ex was released and wrote a book, Judy allegedly bought every copy to sabotage her efforts.
It was, yeah, I get half, you get the other half because we business partners. But once business partners moved, after she told me she would not move and leave me there by myself, it's like,
not wanting anyone to read about the fraud and how she had set others up to take the fall. There were also rumors of suspicious fires at two of Judy's hair salons that resulted in insurance payouts. Allegedly, she's always had a history of scamming, and many believe her marriage to dabrat might have been a calculated move. With recent reports about their divorce, these are just some of the things dabrat is said to have been revealing behind the scenes. Given that she's been with Judy for a while, she probably knows even more about her secrets. However, some people are pointing out that dabrat isn't in a position to expose anyone's past, considering her own troubled history. For instance, this is the same person who was arrested after allegedly getting into a fight with a woman over VIP seating at a Georgia nightclub. During the altercation, dabrat reportedly hit the woman over the head with a firearm, causing her to need 6 stitches. Police reports suggested,
"Girl, I don't have time for you. Like, I'm about to just get this one on to do this job, this one on to do this job. Only job we had was do the 4 posts for $1,500 a month and learn how to work TikTok."
dabrat attacked the woman for sitting in the VIP area and refusing to leave when told. Dabrat later pleaded guilty to reckless conduct and was sentenced to 80 hours of community service, fined $1,000, and placed on probation for a year. And that's not the only incident. dabrat also attacked Shella Stevens, who was working as a waitress and hostess at Studio 72, a nightclub owned by Jermaine Dupri. While hosting a private Halloween party, dabrat allegedly hit Stevens with a nearly full bottle of rum. Stevens later filed a lawsuit, and dabrat was sentenced to 3 years in prison, followed by 7 years of probation and 200 hours of community service. In addition, she was ordered to undergo substance abuse treatment, a mental health evaluation, and anger management classes. According to Stevens, she was trying to walk away from dabrat when the attack occurred. She also claimed that Jermaine Dupri and his security team didn't remove dabrat from the club and failed to protect her during the altercation. Stevens alleged that Dupri didn't seek medical help for her or report the incident to the authorities, likely to avoid bad publicity for Studio 72. In the lawsuit, Stevens said she suffered trauma to her head, leading to brain damage, as well as severe lacerations to her head and face, which left her with permanent scars and nerve damage. She argued that these injuries ended her career as a professional cheerleader and actress, resulting in lost income. With all this in mind, it's hard to ignore that dabrat hasn't even paid Stevens the millions she was ordered to, so perhaps she's not the best person to criticize someone else's criminal history. As we wait to see how this separation between Judy and dabrat unfolds, what are your thoughts on Judy's alleged criminal past and her supposed evil nature? Do you think this is what caused the rift between her and dabrat? And should dabrat really be the one exposing all of this? Share your thoughts in the comments below.